Hello there, I'm Edmund Bowman, and this is the story of how my family and descendants came to live in South Australia, all the way from Great Britain. When I was a boy, my family and I lived on a farm in the Lakes District of England near a town called Askham. Askham was about as picturesque as you could get, but for one reason or another, my father John Bowman decided that, with the help of some neighbouring families, they should charter a ship and sail for Western Australia, about as different to the Lakes District as you could get. And so in 1829, we migrated to Western Australia. At least, we tried to. Our ship was blown off course, and after 6 months at sea, we arrived in Tasmania, at which point everyone was so happy to see land that we all decided to stay. I was 10 years old. My father bought a small farm between Bridgewater and Risdon Ferry, near Hobart. At that time, there was a land grant for every family who arrived, so my father and I travelled north to look for suitable land. But while we were looking, the land grant was cancelled, so we returned home. But we were soon able to purchase some land by Lake Tiberias and settled in. After several years of farming, my father felt that with the lack of land and growing sons, it would be better if we could find a suitable place to farm on the mainland. And so in 1838, age 20, I set out for South Australia. In an unfortunate turn of events, on the way to Adelaide, the ship I boarded for the journey, the Parsi, ran into a reef and began to take on water. Almost all the passengers were evacuated to a nearby island, while I and several others stayed an additional 2 days aboard, pumping out water and trying to save the cargo. But it was a lost cause. After 2 days, we joined the rest of the passengers on the island, which happened to be the base camp for a group of men killing seals for their skins. The passengers and I were on the island 16 days before help sent by the government arrived. After we were rescued, we were taken to Port Adelaide with what remained of the cargo from the Parsi. Unfortunately, the wrecking of the Parsi meant that I had lost all the supplies I had brought with me in order to start farming should land have been secured. And so for the next 2 months I worked as a surveyor and trig repairer before sailing back to Tasmania. I returned the next year and was able to find some suitable land. And that is the tale of how the Bowmans began their adventures in South Australia.